students, we are doing the 11th chapter, that is transport in plants. Dear students, till now we have discussed the various transport mechanisms in plants like diffusion, osmosis, imbibition, water potential and diffusion pressure deficit. And we all know that the movement of water, it takes place from high water potential to low water potential or from low dPd to high dPd. Students, our today's topic is absorption of water, and during absorption of water we will see that the water, it moves from low dPd to high dPd or from high water potential to low water potential. Now students, what are the water absorbing organs of plants? The water absorbing organs of plants are the roots, and the roots absorb water from the soil. Now students, there are 4 stages of water which is present in the soil. First is gravitational water. This is that water which penetrates into the deeper layers of the soil due to the force of gravity. And this water, it is not available to the plants. Second is the capillary water. Capillary water is that which is present in the spaces between the soil particles. Third is the hygroscopic water. Hygroscopic water, it is adsorbed on the surface of the soil particles. And fourth is the combined water, which is chemically combined with the various minerals which are present in the soil. So students, the total water which is present in the soil, this is known as Hollard. The water which is available to the plants, this is known as Chissard. Now, which water is available to the plants? It is the capillary water. 75% of the capillary water which is present in the spaces between the soil particles, this is available to the plants. And the last is Ecart. Ecart is that water which is not available to the plants. So, Hollard is the total water which is present in the soil. 75% of the capillary water, this is Chissard, because this water, it is available to the plants, and the rest, gravitational water, hygroscopic water and combined water, this is not available to the plant. So this is what? This is the Ecart. So students, today we will be discussing on the various mechanisms of water absorption, the pathways of water movement and the various factors which are affecting the process of water absorption.
Dear students, water is required for the process of photosynthesis. We all know that plants manufacture their own food in the presence of carbon dioxide and water. The opening and closing of stomata, that is also controlled by the process of movement of water. The growth and development of plants, that is controlled by water. And all the reactions, the metabolic reactions which are taking place, they are occurring in aqueous phase. So water is an essential component for plant life. Now what is meant by absorption of water? The uptake of water by plants, that is known as absorption of water. And we all know that plants absorb the water from the soil through their root hairs. Water is said to be the liquid gold of life. Plants, they are capable of absorbing this water from the soil solution, and we all know that the water which is available to the plants, that is the capillary water. 75% of the capillary water, it is available to the plants. And plants, they also absorb nutrients along with the water by the process of mass flow. Now what is the site of water absorption? Water is mainly absorbed by the root hairs, and these root hairs, they are located in a group just above the root cap. We have studied the various zones of root. First is the meristematic zone, second is the zone of elongation, third is the root hair zone. It is the root hair zone which help in the absorption of water. So this area, the root hair zone, that is rich in the root hairs, and these root hairs, these are actually the epidermal outgrowths which help in the absorption of water. They are increasing the surface area of the roots so that maximum water it can be absorbed. Now, what is the structure of a typical root hair? Billions of root hairs, they are present in the root system, and these root hairs, they are the tubular hair-like projections of the epidermal cells. Actually, these root hairs, they are formed by the growths of the epidermis. And each root hair cell, that is a single cell. We all know that root hairs, they are unicellular. And what is the dimension of the root hairs? These root hairs, they are 0.5 to 1 centimeter in length, and they are 10 micrometer in their diameter. And these root hairs, they are increasing the surface area so that maximum water absorption can take place. So root hair is a modified epidermal cell, and the wall of the root, that is permeable to water, as it is made up of cellulose and pectic substances which are strongly water loving. So the wall of the root, that is made up of cellulose and pectic substances, and we all know that cellulose and pectic substances, they are hydrophilic in nature, they are water loving in nature. Next to the cell wall is the cell membrane, and cell membrane, it encloses the cytoplasm and the vacuole, and this vacuole, it is filled with the cell sap. And the water potential of the cell sap, that is more negative than the soil solutions. So if it is more negative than the soil solution, then what does it mean? That it is having low value of water potential, and the soil solution, it is having high value of psi W. So within the root hairs, the value of psi W is low, whereas in the soil solution, the value of the psi W, it is high. So naturally the water, it will enter from the soil into the root hairs. Now, absorption of water, it was proposed by Atkins, Presley and Arnold. The soil water molecules, they are absorbed into the cell wall of root hairs by imbibition. Students, we all know that before the absorption of water, a process is taking place which is known as what? This is known as imbibition. First of all, what will happen? The water molecules, they will get absorbed. They will get absorbed on the surface of the root hairs. So this process is known as what? Imbibition. So before absorption of water, a process is taking place which is known as imbibition. In imbibition, the water molecules, they will get absorbed over the surface of the root hairs, and now they will be absorbed by the root hairs. So first, the process is imbibition. The protoplast of the root hair cell is hypertonic, and the soil, that is hypotonic. Osmotic pressure of the cell sap of the root hair cell, that is higher than the osmotic pressure of the soil solution. This is very important, that the cell sap which is present in the vacuole of the root hair cells, they are having high osmotic pressure. And what is the value of the osmotic pressure of this cell sap? It is about 3 to 8 atmospheres. Whereas the value of osmotic pressure of the soil solution, that is merely 1 atmosphere. So root hair cells, they are having high osmotic pressure, they are having less water, so they are having less tug pressure. So high value of osmotic pressure and less value of tug pressure of the root hair cells, they result in increased DPD, that is diffusion pressure deficit. And because of this high value of DPD, there creates a pressure within the root hairs, and this pressure is known as what? Suction pressure. We all know that DPD is also known by the name suction pressure. So because of high value of osmotic pressure and low value of tug pressure, an increased DPD is created within the root hair cells, and this increased DPD, this is known as what? Suction pressure. The cells of endodermis, which are facing the xylem, they are thin-walled and they lack the Casparian strips. We all know that endodermis, it is having thickening on its tenentials and radial walls. And this is known as what? Casparian strips. But these Casparian strips, they are opposite in those endodermal cells which are opposite to the protoxylem. And these cells, they are known as what? Passage cells. Now, what is the mechanism or the pathway of water absorption? We all know that first the water, it will enter into the root hair cells. which are the epidermal outgrowths. Then the root water, it will enter into the epidermis, then into the cortex cells, and then from cortex cells it will enter into the endodermis. And these endodermis, they are having thickening, but the endodermal cells which are opposite to this protoxylem, they don't have thickening. And these cells of endodermis, they are known as what? They are known as passage cells. So from the endodermis, the water, it will enter into the pericycle, and then it will enter into the xylem. So this is the pathway of the movement of water. Now what is the mechanism of water absorption? Students, water absorption जो है वो दो तरीकों से हो रहा है. एक है पैसिव एब्जॉर्प्शन और दूसरा है एक्टिव एब्जॉर्प्शन. हमें पता है व्हाट इज मीन बाय द टर्म पैसिव ट्रांसपोर्ट. पैसिव ट्रांसपोर्ट में जो मूवमेंट है वो हो रही है फ्रॉम हाई कंसंट्रेशन टू लो कंसंट्रेशन, और पैसिव एब्जॉर्प्शन में कोई एनर्जी जो है वो इन्वॉल्व नहीं होती है. बट इन केस ऑफ वाटर एब्जॉर्प्शन, व्हाट इज मीन बाय द टर्म पैसिव एब्जॉर्प्शन? पैसिव एब्जॉर्प्शन मीन्स यहाँ पे जो रूट्स हैं, दे आर हैविंग पैसिव रोल और दे आर हैविंग द इनडायरेक्ट रोल. जो डायरेक्ट रोल है और जो फोर्स है फॉर द वाटर एब्जॉर्प्शन, दैट इज एक्चुअली डेवलप्ड बाय द प्रोसेस ऑफ ट्रांसपिरेशन. जो ट्रांसपिरेशन हो रहा है बाय द लीव्स, वो एक्चुअली फोर्स क्रिएट कर रहे हैं इन द जाइलम फॉर द प्रोसेस ऑफ वाटर एब्जॉर्प्शन. और अल्टीमेटली पानी एब्जॉर्ब तो रूट से होना है, बट जो फोर्स डेवलप हुआ है वो फोर्स रूट्स ने डेवलप नहीं किया है. दिस फोर्स इज एक्चुअली डेवलप्ड बाय द प्रोसेस ऑफ ट्रांसपिरेशन. So this is known as what? Passive water absorption. Active water absorption में students roots जो हैं उनका active role है. And here the transpiration that is having least role. सो यहाँ पे एनर्जी जो है दैट इज ऑल्सो इन्वॉल्व, और ऑस्मोटिक प्रेशर जो है रूट हेयर सेल्स का, दैट इज ऑल्सो प्लेइंग अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट रोल फॉर द एब्जॉर्प्शन ऑफ वाटर. सो वाटर एब्जॉर्प्शन दो टाइप का है. पैसिव एब्जॉर्प्शन जो है उसमें रूट्स जो है उनका पैसिव रोल है, इनडायरेक्ट रोल है. जबकि एक्टिव एब्जॉर्प्शन में हम देखेंगे कि जो रूट हेयर सेल्स हैं, दे आर प्लेइंग एन एक्टिव रोल फॉर द प्रोसेस ऑफ वाटर एब्जॉर्प्शन. सो पहला है स्टूडेंट्स पैसिव एब्जॉर्प्शन, द इनटेक ऑफ वाटर बाय प्लांट्स ड्यू टू ट्रांसपिरेशन पुल. दिस इज नोन एज व्हाट? पैसिव एब्जॉर्प्शन. द वाटर इज एब्जॉर्ब ड्यू टू द ट्रांसपिरेशन एक्टिविटी इन द टॉप ऑफ द प्लांट्स. द रूट हेयर सेल्स they are having no role in absorption. उनका कोई रोल नहीं है. Its function that is just an absorptive surface. They are just acting as an absorptive surface. Actually जो force develop हुआ है for the process of water absorption, this is developed by the process of transpiration. Ultimately water जो है वो तो absorb through roots होना है. So transpiration क्या कर रहा है students? Transpiration हो रहा है by the leaves. ठीक है. सो ये मिजोफिल की सेल्स हैं, अल्टीमेटली ये जॉइंट हैं विद द जाइलम. सो ट्रांसपिरेशन क्या कर रहा है? ट्रांसपिरेशन जब हो रहा है, जब पानी लॉस हो रहा है बाय द एरियल पार्ट्स ऑफ द प्लांट्स, तो उससे क्या होगा कि जो सेल सैप है उसकी कंसंट्रेशन इंक्रीज हो जाएगी और डीपीडी क्या हो जाएगा? हाई हो जाएगा. तो जो नियर बाई सेल्स हैं उनकी वैल्यू डीपीडी की लो है. सो वाटर इट विल मूव फ्रॉम लो डीपीडी टू हाई डीपीडी. अल्टीमेटली जो नियर बाई सेल्स हैं उनकी डीपीडी की वैल्यू फिर लो है. सो अल्टीमेटली द वाटर इट विल अगेन मूव फ्रॉम लो डीपीडी टू हाई डीपीडी. तो इस तरीके से अल्टीमेटली जो है वाटर इट विल बी विड्रॉन फ्रॉम द जाइलम वेसल्स. तो वाटर जो जाइलम के अंदर प्रेजेंट है, दिस विल कम अंडर टेंशन. This will come under tension. So this tension will ultimately it will be transferred to the root hair cells, and in this way the water it will be absorbed by the roots. तो यहाँ पे हम देख रहे हैं कि जो force develop हुआ है for the process of water absorption, that is actually developed by the process of transpiration. जो roots हैं they are having an indirect role for the process of water absorption. सेकेंड है स्टूडेंट्स एक्टिव वाटर एब्जॉर्प्शन. एक्टिव वाटर एब्जॉर्प्शन में जो रूट्स हैं दे आर प्लेइंग एन एक्टिव रोल. सो द एब्जॉर्प्शन ऑफ वाटर बाय द प्लांट विद द यूज ऑफ एनर्जी, और यहाँ पे एनर्जी भी इन्वॉल्व होगी. हम देखेंगे कि एनर्जी दैट इज ऑल्सो इन्वॉल्व फॉर द प्रोसेस ऑफ वाटर एब्जॉर्प्शन. सो रूट प्ले एक्टिव रोल in the process of absorption of water. So intake of water by the plants with the use of energy, this is known as what? This is known as active absorption. और जो movement है students water का, that is from the root cells, then to the cortical cells, then to the passage cell, pericycle, and ultimately to the xylem. So water is absorbed by the activity of root hair cells. The water is absorbed by the operation of osmotic forces and by the use of energy. नाउ स्टूडेंट्स, ये जो एक्टिव वाटर एब्जॉर्प्शन है, जहाँ पे रूट्स अपना एक्टिव रोल प्ले कर रहे हैं फॉर द प्रोसेस ऑफ वाटर एब्जॉर्प्शन, दैट इज ऑफ टू टाइप्स. फर्स्ट इज एक्टिव ऑस्मोटिक एब्जॉर्प्शन और दूसरा है एक्टिव नॉन ऑस्मोटिक एब्जॉर्प्शन. अब एक्टिव ऑस्मोटिक एब्जॉर्प्शन में क्या हो रहा है स्टूडेंट्स? द इनटेक ऑफ वाटर बाय द रूट हेयर्स बाय द ऑपरेशन ऑफ ऑस्मोटिक फोर्सेस. तो यहाँ पे ऑस्मोटिक फोर्सेस जो हैं दे विल प्ले अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट रोल. किस तरीके से? दैट वी ऑल नो दैट द सेल सैप विच इज प्रेजेंट इन द रूट हेयर्स, दैट इज हैविंग एन ऑस्मोटिक प्रेशर ऑफ हाउ मेनी एटमॉस्फेयर्स? 3 to 8 atmosphere. Whereas the water which is present in the soil, that is having an osmotic pressure of only 1 atmosphere. तो हम देख रहे हैं कि osmotic pressure की जो वैल्यू है in the root hair cells, that is very high. उनका टर्गर प्रेशर जो है वो लो है. बाहर जो है पानी ज़्यादा है, सल्यूट्स कम है, तो उनका टर्गर प्रेशर जो है दैट इज़ वेरी लो. सो अंदर जो है डीपीडी क्या है? हाई है. बाहर डीपीडी क्या है? लो है. एंड वी ऑल नो दैट वाटर मूव्स फ्रॉम लो डीपीडी टू हाई डीपीडी. तो यहाँ पे हम देख रहे हैं कि एक्टिव ऑस्मोटिक एब्जॉर्प्शन में जो ऑस्मोटिक कंसंट्रेशन है विद इन द रूट हेयर सेल्स, दैट इज हैविंग अ डायरेक्ट रोल फॉर द प्रोसेस ऑफ वाटर एब्जॉर्प्शन. So here what is happening? The osmotic pressure, the root pressure, the turgor pressure and the DPD, they are playing the main role, and the water, it will move from hypotonic solution to the hypertonic solution. Now hypotonic solution that is present in the soil and hypertonic solution that is present in the root hair cells. So ultimately the water, it will enter from the soil solution to the root hair cells. So root hair cells, they will suck the soil water and the xylem vessels, it will pump the water upwards. So active osmotic absorption में जो osmotic pressure है which is developed in the root hair cells due to the osmotic concentration of solutes, that is playing a very important role, because जो root hair cells हैं उनके अंदर जो osmotic pressure है that is 3 to 8 atmosphere. soil जो sample है और सॉइल सोल्यूशन जो है उसके अंदर ऑस्मोटिक प्रेशर की वैल्यू जो है दैट इज ओनली 1 एटमॉस्फेयर. देयरफॉर सॉइल का डीपीडी जो है वो लो है. रूट हेयर्स के अंदर जो डीपीडी है दैट इज हाई. सो वाटर विल मूव फ्रॉम लो डीपीडी टू हाई डीपीडी और इस तरीके से पानी की क्या होगी स्टूडेंट्स? एब्जॉर्प्शन होगी. नाउ नेक्स्ट है एक्टिव नॉन ऑस्मोटिक एब्जॉर्प्शन ऑफ वाटर. स्टूडेंट्स, कई बार इस तरीके की भी कंडीशंस हो सकती हैं कि बाहर जो है वो ऑस्मोटिक प्रेशर हाई हो और अंदर ऑस्मोटिक प्रेशर जो है वो लो हो. इस कंडीशंस में प्लांट अपना पानी जो है वो लॉस नहीं करेगा. यहाँ पे प्लांट जो है क्या करेंगे? दे विल यूज एनर्जी for the absorption of water. So this is known as what? Active non-osmotic absorption of water. So this intake of water without the involvement of osmotic forces and with the use of energy, this is known as non-osmotic active absorption. तो यहाँ पे कोई osmotic forces जो है वो अपना रोल प्ले नहीं कर रहे हैं, because in the soil solution, the osmotic pressure is high. Within the root hair cells, the osmotic pressure is low. It doesn't mean that the plants, they will start losing their water. Now the plants, they will use energy for absorption of the water. So here the water movement, it will take place against the concentration gradient. Here respiratory energy, it will be involved. And it is correlated with the process of respiration. जितना respiration होगा उतनी ज़्यादा एनर्जी जो है वो रिलीज होगी और उतना ही फास्ट क्या होगा? एक्टिव नॉन ऑस्मोटिक एब्जॉर्प्शन ऑफ वाटर. द वाटर मॉलिक्यूल्स, दे विल मूव थ्रू सिम्प्लास्ट पाथवे एंड ट्रांसमेम्ब्रेन पाथवे विच वी विल डू आफ्टर दिस. एंड plant hormones like auxins, they stimulate the non-osmotic active absorption. Now student, कोई भी ऐसी चीज़ जो कि respiration को affect करेगी, that will ultimately affect the process of active absorption. For example, lack of oxygen, it will stop the process of respiration. So ultimately, it will also affect the process of absorption of water. Certain hormones, they are increasing the respiratory rate, so they will also increase the active absorption of water molecules. Now, what are the differences between active and passive absorption? We have done in active absorption, energy is required. In passive absorption, no energy is required. एक्टिव एब्जॉर्प्शन में फोर्सेस जो हैं वो क्रिएट हुए हैं बाय ऑस्मोटिक कंसंट्रेशन. पैसिव एब्जॉर्प्शन में जो फोर्स क्रिएट हुआ है दैट इज बाय द ट्रांसपिरेशन पुल. In active absorption, absorption is due to the activity of root hair cells. Roots, they are playing a direct role in the absorption of water, whereas in passive, roots, they are having the indirect role. In active, root hair cells, they have high DPD compared to the soil solution. In passive, the mesophyll cells, they are having high DPD compared to the xylem vessels. In active absorption, the rate of absorption depend on the DPD, whereas in case of passive, it depends on transpiration. Active absorption take place through symplast and through transmembrane pathway, whereas the passive, it depends on apoplast, symplast as well as transmembrane pathway. Active absorption, it is directly related with the process of respiration, whereas passive, it is not directly related with the process of respiration. Actually, it is correlated with the transpiration. The rate of absorption is slow in case of active absorption, whereas in case of passive absorption, the rate of absorption that is very high. So these are the differences between active and passive absorption. Now, what are the various pathways of the movement of water? There are three pathways, or there are three routes. First is the transmembrane route, second is the symplast route, and third is the apoplast route. ट्रांसमेम्ब्रेन रूट में स्टूडेंट्स जो वाटर है दैट विल मूव आउट ऑफ वन सेल, इट विल क्रॉस दी सेल वॉल, इट विल क्रॉस दी सेल मेम्ब्रेन एंड देन इट विल एंटर इनटू अनदर सेल. सिम्प्लास्ट जो रूट है उसमें एक सेल का जो प्रोटोप्लाज्म है वो दूसरे सेल के प्रोटोप्लाज्म के साथ कंटिन्यूअस है विद प्लाज्मोडेस्माटा. तो वाटर की जो मूवमेंट हो रही है वो एक सेल के प्रोटोप्लाज्म से दूसरे सेल के प्रोटोप्लाज्म के थ्रू हो रही है. और एपोप्लास्ट में जो मूवमेंट है वाटर की दैट इज टेकिंग प्लेस थ्रू सेल वॉल एंड थ्रू एक्स्ट्रा सेलुलर स्पेसेस. डायग्राम से स्टूडेंट्स ये चीज़ ज़्यादा क्लियर होगी. सो देखो, ट्रांसमेम्ब्रेन जो रूट है उसमें पानी की मूवमेंट जो है वो फ्रॉम वन सेल, it is crossing the cell membrane, it is crossing the cell wall, then it is entering into the another cell. Again, it will have to cross the cell membrane, it will have to cross the cell wall, and then it will enter into the another cell. This is known as what? The transmembrane route. In case of symplast, we are seeing that the water is moving from the protoplasm of one cell to another cell through this connections which are known as plasmodesmata. तो यहाँ पे पानी की मूवमेंट जो है वो एक सेल के प्रोटोप्लाज्म से दूसरे सेल के प्रोटोप्लाज्म में हो रही है थ्रू प्लाज्मोडेस्माटा. Whereas in case of apoplast, यहाँ पे वाटर की जो मूवमेंट हो रही है दैट इज टेकिंग प्लेस थ्रू सेल वॉल और थ्रू द इंटर cellular spaces. So these are the three routes. First is the transmembrane route, second is the symplast route, and third is the apoplastic route. So transmembrane route में students water जो है minerals हैं they are moving from the soil and they will enter into the root hair cells after crossing the cell wall, cell membrane. Then again they will have to cross the cell wall and cell membrane of the root hairs and they will enter into the cortex cells. Then they will enter into the endodermis, then into the pericycle, and ultimately they will enter into the xylem after crossing the cell wall and plasma membrane of each and every cell. नेक्स्ट है स्टूडेंट सिम्प्लास्टिक रूट. सिम्प्लास्टिक रूट में जो वाटर और मिनरल्स हैं दे फ्लो फ्रॉम द हाई वाटर पोटेंशियल इन द सॉइल थ्रू द सेल वॉल, सेल मेम्ब्रेन एंड दे विल कम इनटू द साइटोप्लाज्म. अब जो मूवमेंट होगी पानी की वो साइटोप्लाज्म टू साइटोप्लाज्म होगी फ्रॉम वन सेल टू अनदर सेल थ्रू the connections which are known as plasmodesmata. So ultimately जो water है वो cortex से into endodermis, then into pericycle, and then it will enter into the xylems. और थर्ड है स्टूडेंट्स एपोप्लास्टिक रूट। एपोप्लास्टिक रूट में पानी की मूवमेंट कहाँ से हो रही है? थ्रू दी सेल वॉल हो रही है. सो हियर द वाटर इट विल मूव along the cell walls of root hair cells, of cortical cells, and then it will enter into the endodermis. But one thing very important कि जो endodermis है they are having Casparian strips, they are having thickening over their walls. तो यहाँ पे पानी की मूवमेंट जो है वो हॉल्ट हो जाएगी, वो रुक जाएगी. सो एंडोडर्मिस से पेरिसाइकिल के अंदर जो पानी की मूवमेंट होगी दैट विल नॉट टेक प्लेस थ्रू एपोप्लास्टिक रूट, इट विल टेक प्लेस थ्रू symplastic route. Now from the endodermal cells the water it will move into the pericycle cells through the symplastic route, that is from cytoplasm to cytoplasm through the plasmodesmata connections. सो स्टूडेंट्स देखो वाटर की मूवमेंट जो है फ्रॉम रूट हेयर सेल्स अप टू द एंडोडर्मिस दैट इज टेकिंग प्लेस थ्रू एपोप्लास्टिक पाथवे, एंड from endodermal cells then into the pericycle and then into the xylem it is taking place through the symplastic route. Because जो endodermal cells हैं they are having Casparian strips which are impermeable to water. Now what are the various factors which affect the process of water absorption? Students, external factors and internal factors both are involved. External factors में सबसे पहला factor है available soil water. If the water is available in larger quantities in the soil, more will be the rate of water absorption. Second है student concentration of solution. If the solution within the root hair cells that is more concentrated, it will absorb more water from the soil. थर्ड है स्टूडेंट सॉइल टेम्परेचर. देखा गया है स्टूडेंट्स की मैक्सिमम एब्जॉर्प्शन जो है दैट इज टेकिंग प्लेस बिटवीन 20 डिग्री सेल्सियस टू 30 डिग्री सेल्सियस. अगर टेम्परेचर 20 डिग्री सेल्सियस से कम किया जाता है वाटर एब्जॉर्प्शन इट विल डिक्रीज. अगर टेम्परेचर 30 डिग्री सेल्सियस से ज़्यादा किया जाता है द वाटर एब्जॉर्प्शन इट विल अगेन डिक्रीज, because the maximum water absorption that is taking place from 20 to 30 degree Celsius temperature. Fourth है aeration. Oxygen जो है that is very much required for the process of water absorption. Because जब water logging condition हो जाती है, जब पानी बहुत ज़्यादा इकट्ठा हो जाता है तो students soils जो हैं उनके अंदर ऑक्सीजन खत्म हो जाती है, and this will ultimately affect the process of water absorption. So these are the external factors which are affecting the process of water absorption. नेक्स्ट है स्टूडेंट्स इंटरनल फैक्टर्स. इंटरनल फैक्टर्स में पहला फैक्टर है ट्रांसपीरेशन. जितना ज़्यादा ट्रांसपीरेशन होगा उतनी ही ज़्यादा एब्जॉर्प्शन होगी पानी की, बिकॉज जितना ज़्यादा ट्रांसपीरेशन होगा उतना ही ज़्यादा पुल क्रिएट होगा इन दी जाइलम विच विल अल्टीमेटली एब्जॉर्ब मोर वाटर. सेकेंड है स्टूडेंट्स रूट हेयर्स. इफ द नंबर ऑफ रूट हेयर्स दे आर मोर, so there will be more surface area for more absorption of water. And third is the metabolism. Metabolic reactions जो हैं if a cell is metabolically more active, why a cell is metabolically more active? Because of the higher rate of respiration, so it will be releasing more energy and ultimately it will be absorbing more water. The factors which are inhibiting the rate of respiration like poor aeration or KCN, पोटेशियम साइनाइड, बिकॉज पोटेशियम साइनाइड जो है वो अल्टीमेटली रेस्पिरेशन को अफेक्ट करेगा. सो इफ द रेस्पिरेशन विल बी अफेक्टेड देन द एक्टिव वाटर एब्सॉर्प्शन इट विल ऑल्सो बी अफेक्टेड. सो दीज आर द इंटरनल फैक्टर्स विच आर अफेक्टिंग द प्रोसेस ऑफ वाटर एब्सॉर्प्शन. सो स्टूडेंट्स, दिस वॉज ऑल अबाउट द टॉपिक वाटर एब्सॉर्प्शन. थैंक यू टू ऑल.